comfortable enough where I've had my leadership role in the past where my former team. We got comedians here today. But a guy like him, you know what I mean, when he's in the weight room, Jonathan Cooper, and he's giving his stuff, and I just let him do his thing, and then I give my word after, and we reflect off each other and help each other out in that aspect.
You talk about having a comedian here, and I know you were talking about Coop, but that is something that the team has done before.
Yeah.
You're going through this grind of fall camp. What are some of the things that you guys have been able to do to lighten the mood and to bond off the field?
Well, today with Coach Stud, you know what I mean, instead of like opening up with film right away, we opened up with a little YouTube skit with the Family Feud just to get some laughs going, get the guys, you know what I mean, energized up, because you know what I mean, by like day 8 and 10, you know what I mean, dudes are like, this is the heart of camp, but you know what I mean, it's just something to keep the guys going. And then on the field, we're just rowdy, you know what I mean, when guys make big plays, you go after them, you go hug the dude, and you know what I mean, there's stuff like that just to keep the spirits up.
Some of your teammates at Big Ten Media Days, I talked to them, they were saying you are a guy that likes to talk some trash out there, likes to make some jokes. Is that kind of part of who you are?
Yeah, like I was saying, like, you know what I mean, I like to have some grit in my game and let dudes know who my opposition at the time, you know what I mean, it's my teammate, but when we're on the field, you know what I mean, we're going to handle our business, and then when we're off, you know, we're going to have a good time, laugh, and joke around, so for sure.
What were the things you had to do once you arrived here this summer to get yourself ready so that when you got out there last week, you could go out there and run with the first team?
Just trusting with Coach Mick, you know what I mean, the plan he set forth for me and for the rest of the guys, and go as hard as I possibly could in the weight room and the playbook especially, you know what I mean. But they're just basically that.
What did they tell you about where you'd be on the line in playing time when you came here as a transfer? Well,
they told me it was going to be a fight, you know what I mean, coming to a place like this, Ohio State, everybody's ready to roll. I mean, the talent is the cream of the crop. But I was told probably left guard, and you know, I mean, I'd have to battle it out with Matt Jones, Gavin Cupp, and them guys. So, yeah.
Joe, is there some relief that once you're done with camp, that'll be the last time you have to block the rushmen? I mean, you've had to do that the last few years with Rutgers.
Yeah, that probably won't be the last time. We'll have to block them every day in practice.
Okay.
But I mean, going against those guys every day is you know what I mean, it slows things down when it comes to Saturday, because those guys were just right off the ball, and Coach Johnson has them teed up. So I mean, yeah, it's definitely, we're still going to be a battle through the season.
When you guys used to have to prepare for them, what was it like to get ready for an Ohio State defensive line?
Well, I mean, you prepare for every team the same, but you know what I mean, seeing those guys play on Sundays and like every other team, but you just had to be ready. You had to be have their game plan down, their blitzes, and then their stunts, and then the straight up rush. You had to know whether he was going to try and go outside, whether he was going to hump inside with a club. So just had to break him down to the small things.
You make it sound easy. It wasn't easy, right? Those guys, they're there for a reason.
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't easy. No, it definitely wasn't easy.
Not to take anything away from Rutgers, but the results have been what they've been there. Coming here, what do you see as maybe the difference, especially on the O-line from your perspective of why Ohio State is where it is, and kind of your perspective from that?
I just say, you know what I mean, the guys have a mentality of winning. You see all the championships, the champions, and you know what I mean, guys don't take that for granted here, and you know what I mean, we go as hard as we possibly can, because that's the goal every year. There's nothing short of that. So.
Was it an adjustment to fit into that, or were you ready to go from day one?
No, I was ready to go. Definitely ready to go.
What made you decide, before you even decided to come here, that you did want to leave Rutgers for your graduate transfer season?
I felt like I did my due diligence, and I've served my time, and not served my time in like it's prison, but you know what I mean. I gave everything to the university, and that will forever be my alma mater. You know what I mean. That's a place that I'll consider home, and this will also be considered home. But it was just like, I want to see what else is out there.
So was the chance to come here and have a chance to compete for championships a big part of that lore?
Yeah, for sure.
Was it nice kind of going through the recruiting process again and having all that people wanting you and getting on? I don't know how often you get on message boards, but for Ohio State, for example, there was all these people. We got to get Jonah Jackson and all this. Was that fun going through that again?
Well, I never really went through that. You know what I mean? Rutgers was my first like Division 1A offer, so. At that time, I was like, well, I'm going to run with this. Like, I've never had something like this before. I hadn't been recruited. And then when this happened, it was just like a hailstorm at me. So I was like, I know where I want to go. I know the schools that, you know what I mean, get to visit, get it done. And, you know what I mean, it was kind of a headache, the amount of people that were just blowing up your phone at the time. You're like,
How many schools contacted you?
Yeah, I was gonna.
I was looking at my text the other day. I had like 308 unread text messages. There's a lot, I guess, but you know what I mean. I had the schools that I had already had in mind.
Was it come down to here in Oklahoma? Was there one other maybe? Who did it come down to?
Probably here in Oklahoma, but
Yeah.
this was it. This was
Jonah,
it.
when you walked in the door here, how much was already familiar to you? Because it felt like at times like Chris Ash was just trying to make Ohio State East over there.
Well, I mean, he put his own twist on things. You know what I mean? He brought his own. But a lot of things when it was like, whether it was like academics, like how the gold, red, and blue group set up and how that is in the weight room, and then just how they structure the schedule of practice. You know, we have pre-practice warm-up, and then how we go to inside run and all that. And a lot of that was very similar.
Had you heard 4 to 6, A to B before you got here?
Something similar to that. I think it was like 6 to 8.
Oh,
6 to
wow.
8. It was a little longer. It was a little longer.
That's what you told me.
Yeah.
We always hear from guys when they walk in here new that, you know, the way that Coach Mick does things can be a shock. Working with Kenny at Rutgers, and you obviously worked under Mick, like, were you prepared for that mostly when you got here?
Yeah. Coach Parker, I mean, he was with Coach Mick at Florida too, so they've been together for a long time. So a lot of what they do is similar. And Coach Parker ain't no joke, and neither is Coach Mick. So I was definitely ready.
Jonah,
Sure.
we've heard you're pretty quiet on the practice field so far. Do you expect that to begin to change as you become more comfortable here?
I wouldn't say I was too quiet.
But just
Oh.
more quiet.
Oh yeah. But yeah, for sure, it's definitely going to change. If you guys think quiet, I'm definitely going to amp it up then now. I didn't think I was too quiet, but yeah, for sure.
It depends on who we ask.
Yeah.
Since you graduated, how much did you consider going to the NFL possibly? Did you get any feedback from teams that way?
Well, I mean, that's something that's down the road. I'm not too focused on that right now. I'm focused on just getting the season ready, and if that happens, it happens. I mean, God willing, thank you, Lord. But if it doesn't, I mean, I'm ready to play football for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Not worried about the NFL right now.
I'm sure you're focused on left guard, but are you getting any reps at center? Because I know you also can play and have played center. Are you getting any reps at center, or is it just left guard?
No, I haven't gotten any reps at center. They've been pretty content with Josh and Harry, Harry's looking really good. So we'll see how that plays out. If they need me, they need me. But if not, then there's somebody else in there that's ready to roll.
What's impressed you about Harry?
There's a lot of impression about a true freshman that looks like that, has a great build, just dense. He's not like sloppy in any place, and he's smart. He's probably the brightest guy in the room besides Kevin Weike. You know what I mean? That's a little challenge to Weike now. You know, I don't think he like that too much that he's so smart, but he's very consistent in what he does, and he's smart, physical, and fast.
Hey, Jonah, is Nicholas Petitfer still bringing like muffins and stuff to breakfast because he's still trying to? He works so hard to keep up his weight.
I think he's been doing really good with his weight. He looks good right now. I haven't been seeing him.
But is he like
bringing
eating
muffins.
all the time?
No, I haven't seen any muffins. No.
Did you talk to Coach Ash or Coach Parker or anyone at Rutgers who had been here about what it's like here before you made this decision?
Well, I heard about what it was like a lot beforehand because, like I said, they brought a lot of philosophies over. But other than that, no.
So you just kind of knew from being in the program a lot of the things that were like.
Yeah, and then when I came on my visit, I kind of got a glance at it from my host, Josh. He told me a lot of things about it. So
Josh hosted you on your visit?
Yeah, Allaby.
Justin Fields' dance moves. Do you want to evaluate them?
They looked pretty good. You know what I mean? He was sharp with the look. But yeah, it was nice.
Was he voted to go up there? Did the coaches select him to go up there? Why was he dancing?
I think Stamp invited him up. You know what I mean? We usually have a guy go up here and there just to get a little morale going before the team meet and a little fellowship. So.
Last question.
You gonna get your turn to dance soon?
I'm not really that much of a dancer, but if they need me, you know, I'll go there. I'm kidding.
Can you throw it down like Dewan?
No. Dewan's got moves for a big man. He looked good.
Thanks, Jonah.